Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and this time I am creating a tag and I am still playing with my new release from funkyfossil.co.uk. Um, so this face stencil is really good for just drawing in the basics of your face, and then it has so many ways that you can kind of use it and alter it and make it your own. So it kind of just maps out where everything needs to go. So once I've drawn through the stencil using a pencil, I am then going over it with a fine Posca pen and just mapping in the features. So the reason I'm using Posca pen, oh my gosh, can't speak, Posca pen, is because when it dries, it is permanent, and I can paint over it too if I want to, but I'll still be able to mostly see where these features are. So this gives me a lot of scope really for kind of altering and not losing the placement of the various parts of the face. So I'm drawing in the eyes, the pupils, leaving a little catch light as well, which I do also go in and add a white catch light too. That's when the face really starts to come to life. So there, we've got the basic face. Then I'm going to go in and add some hair next. So I often do sketch the hair in pencil first, because I don't know about you guys, but often when I do the hair, that is sometimes when it all goes a bit pear-shaped. Yeah, so trying to go for a kind of loose hair look. Yeah, so just kind of sketched like a shorter look here, just adding those catch lights in using the Signo Uniball in white, and then I decided to go for green eyes. So I'm using my Posca pen for that too. Scribble sticks would work just as well, or acrylic paint, whatever you want to use really. Okay, so then I am starting to add some shadows to my face just to kind of give it a bit more of a 3D effect. So I have a Jane Davenport License to Quill pen, which has lovely black ink in, which when it's dry, it's waterproof, it doesn't move. If you use more wet media over the top of it, and just watering that down using a water brush, you can get some lovely different shades of pale grey through to dark black, and you can layer them over each other. So this first layer I would dry it and then go back in and add some more, because obviously some areas on the face are going to be darker than others. And this really is just something that I quite like to do. It's a bit of a sort of a personal choice here really. Also quite like when I'm working on craft and doing faces to leave some of the craft colour to show too. Okay, so then I decided I would paint the background around the face a really pale blue at the bottom and ombre it up to the darker turquoise at the top. And I'm using one of Dina's new brushes to do that. These are really lovely soft bristle round brushes in lovely large sizes. I was very lucky to get sent them from Ranger to have a play with. I can recommend them really. They are as lovely quality as Dina's other brushes are. And if you are a lover of Dina's products, then I can recommend get hold of those. So then I'm just starting to blend that blue up at the top, towards the top of the page, sort of heading towards that turquoise colour, which is one of my favourites. And then once that's done, I'm then going in with my dots and dashes stencil and just adding some dots onto my background too, using Peacock, just to bring a bit more interest and a bit of depth to that background. Then I am using a scribble stick. No, I lie, it's a neo colour too, in a really pale pink, just to add some pink cheeks onto my little face. Now this is the point where, now when I look at this, I wish that I hadn't outlined those cheeks. I wish I'd just left them nice and pink there, like as they are now. I don't know, it doesn't matter, does it? It really doesn't matter, Claire. No, it's fine. So added some pink cheeks in, because why not? And here I am outlining the cheeks. I have no idea why, because as soon as I'd done it, I was like, I don't like that. This is my marker lines stamp. I was just trying it out on this paper here just to see how it worked. And it stamps up really lovely. So this is some collage tissue paper from Dina Wakley. You see I was just giving it a good press on the other side just to make sure it's stamped really well. And I'm going to tear this up and stick it onto my tag once it's dry. And then I'm going to use it to write in. So these lines are perfect for that. I've seen them used in so many ways as well, but this is a great way to use them. They would make a fantastic background stamp as well if you were stamping in kind of if you had like a say buff on the background paint from Dina Wakley and then you went in with umber over the top on this stamp would make a really pretty neutral background which you could then work over the top of too. So then I was just kind of working out where was I going to put it, how was I going to fit it onto my tag without it covering completely my face that I'd drawn. So I'm just kind of tearing, and if any of you have ever used Dina's collage tissue paper before, you know it very definitely has a grain. It has a way that it likes to tear and a way that is like pulling teeth trying to get it to tear. In any other way, it's really hard. So yeah, that's why I've ended up with those kind of wiggly lines going down. I was trying to make it look less intentional and a bit more messy. So I'm going to stick that up at the top. I'm also, to balance the tag, going to end up sticking a little bit at the bottom as well. And that really is just to bring a bit of balance because at the minute that looks a little bit weird just sat up there on its own at the top of the tag. It looks like it's very definitely been a bit of an afterthought. So I'm going to stick that down using some matte medium. With my sacrificial brush. And then add, like I say here, just add some pieces elsewhere on the tag too, just to make it feel a bit more like it belongs. And then look, of course I'm not a perfectionist. No. Didn't just move that so it was straight at all. Okay. So then that would be given a really good dry. And then I decided I was going to faff about with the hair a little bit and went in with some more Neo Colour 2s in the kind of same sort of craft colour just to bring a little bit of brightness onto the hair. Yeah, I kind of did a bit and then I was like, okay, no, I don't think it needs it. It doesn't need it. So I stopped. So I just made it look like it was a little bit, it was meant to be like that and finished both sides so they matched and then left it alone. Okay, excuse me. Then I went in with my Signo Uniball in white and did my writing onto those marker lines stamped image that I stuck down with matte medium. This is perfect for writing on, and if you're not so confident with your own handwriting, these lines can act as a kind of handwriting guide as well, helping with the sizing of your letters. So yeah, I kind of should have really stuck another piece on underneath here, but it was okay. It doesn't really matter. Just going with the flow. And there we go, that's the finished tag. So just kind of showing you how easy it is to use my new release of stencils and stamps together to create some really cool faces. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.